So in this video, we're going to demonstrate how to use our cooling system pressure test kit. Here's the kit. It has a pump here and a bunch of different adapters for various makes and models of cars. First off, you'll want to get the radiator cap off of the vehicle. And you want to check for the PSI of it, pounds per square inch. That way you know how high you can pump up the pump. I've already looked up which cap we need. It's this one here, number 21, which is a domestic cap, along with these two. Most of these other ones are for Asian or European cars. Now let's hook it up to the car. So now that we have our adapter and the pump, we'll attach it to the degassing bottle on this vehicle. On other vehicles, it'll just be the radiator cap spot itself on top of the radiator. Make sure it's tight so it doesn't leak. Hook up your pump, and then start pumping it up to the pressure level that was indicated on the radiator cap. On vehicles like this one with the degassing bottle, you'll have to pump it a bunch to pressurize the air in that degassing bottle first, and sometimes that takes a few pumps. And now there we go, we're at 15 psi. This vehicle does have a coolant leak, so now we're going to have to wait for it to see. A really big coolant leak, it would immediately just start dropping, and coolant would probably start running out onto the ground. So we're going to let this sit now and come back and check it in a while. So it's been about 5 minutes. The pressure is still right at about 15, but it has dropped just a tiny little bit. So now we're going to look under the car and see if we can see it dripping anywhere, which I forgot to say it earlier. Always make sure and clean the floor before you do this, so that way you don't get tricked. And we just saw a drip. So yes, we have an external coolant leak happening with pressure on that tank. And now we can lift up the vehicle and get under there and start looking to see where it's at. So just as a demonstration as what a cooling system pressure test should be like on a good engine, I set this up about an hour ago. This is on a Subaru, the Impreza that we have. And after an hour, that's still at about 15.5 psi, which is the pressure for this, which was actually on the cap as 108 kilopascals. So I had to figure out how to change that to PSI. And how did I do that? I asked Siri and she told me immediately. So use the tools you have, don't get stuck.